Welcome to Right Side Trading, where you can learn how to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is day 3 of a 5-day mini-series course. And today in particular, I want to talk about candlestick signals. Now, I'm very excited to talk about candlestick signals because so many people make a mistake when it comes to candlesticks. I just talked about in my intro how I was at a presentation and one of these presenters right after I spoke came up and started talking about how candlesticks does not work. It has a 60% chance or 50% chance, and why he doesn't believe that it works. And as soon as he started saying those things, I knew exactly that this guy had no idea about how to trade candlesticks. And so today I want to kind of just use this opportunity to demystify some aspects of this mistake or this notion that candlestick does not work. Okay, the problem with most people when it comes to candlestick is they think that candlesticks works all the time, and that is far from the truth. Most people have no idea that there are good signals versus bad signals, and that's what I want to kind of touch on today just a little bit, is that there's a way to tell good signals from bad signals, and that's what we have developed at Right Side Trading, is learning how to identify the good signals from the bad signals. Okay, so let's go to the charts. All right, so here is a chart of a stock, IBM. It doesn't really matter what the stock is, but I'm just putting it out there because I know some people are going to want to be wondering what type of stock this is. But here's the stock of IBM. And if you look down here in this highlighted section where I labeled 1, okay, this is a very common pattern called the bullish engulfing signal. Okay, let me type that up. That is called the bullish engulfing signal. Now, you can go onto YouTube and find so many information about bullish engulfing signal, okay? But what I'm about to reveal to you is something that you will rarely find, if ever find, on YouTube. And that is because these are steps that we created on our own from just many hours spent studying charts, okay? So my question to you is, this is a bullish engulfing signal, no question about it. How do we know if this bullish engulfing signal is a good signal or a bad signal? Okay, now let me take you to another one. This is the same chart of IBM, okay, forming another bullish engulfing signal. So what is the difference between number 2, which is also bullish engulfing signal, versus number 1, which is also bullish engulfing signal? Okay, one of them I will tell you right now worked, and the other one did not. Okay, and without even knowing what took place, okay, I can tell you what the difference is. Okay, but rather than me telling you this right now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you a video that I did in one of my advanced courses with one of my students that is taking my advanced courses, when I was going over this exact same analogy. And I want you guys to watch as I describe the difference between the two to this student of mine. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that video.
Good.
Very good. Okay, so we've already passed 2 of the 5 steps. Step number 3, size. Okay, size. Now, the downtrend began from here. Okay, what did we say about size? Do you remember?
Yeah, we don't want it to be the biggest.
Okay, and is it the biggest?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay, so even before we saw what the event was going to take place, step number 3 would have already disqualified this bullish engulfing signal. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go back to this one. Is it the biggest?
No.
No. Is it the smallest?
No.
No. So that means that it qualified. Can you see now how we have 2 exact signals, bullish engulfing signals, but one qualifies and one does not qualify?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the difference. Again, so many people have been out there buying this bullish engulfing or wondering why should they have bought this one as opposed to that one. Now we know in this case it was because of step number 3. And that's very important to know. Okay, the more you can understand that and say, okay, this is the reason. I always tell people, I say, look, we don't hope, we don't wish, we don't, we don't feel or we don't think anything. We need to see and know. Okay, I can see this and I can see that. And I know that this qualifies based on step number 3, and I know that this does not qualify based on step number 3.
And again,
Okay.
I think I wrote this wrong, but we want it on the downtrend, right?
Yes, we want to see it after a downtrend. Okay,
Okay.
there has to be a downtrend. When it appears, it has to show up on the after downtrend.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So welcome back, and as you can see, the lesson in that was that rule number 3 would have told us something about this bullish engulfing signal as opposed to this bullish engulfing signal. Okay, and that is, again, like we said in the video, size. Okay, and in this case, what we're looking at is this candle the biggest size in this downtrend? Okay, and this downtrend, we can see that this is the biggest size. And so for that reason, without even knowing anything else, not knowing what's going to happen the next day, I can guarantee you that if I see rule number 3 being violated on a candlestick signal, I know for sure this is one that is not going to work. That's what the gentleman who was presenting after me had no clue about. Okay, and so because I know this, and then now you know this, and once you know all the other 5 rules, you'll be able to start applying that and be able to say, hey, you know what? Yes, it is a bullish engulfing candle, but guess what? It's violating one of the 5 rules from right side trading, and so for that reason, I do not want to take that trade. And so by doing that, this is what happened to that trade. Okay, and this is the mistake that so many people make, not knowing what to do when it comes to trading. Now, we go to the second one, and we can see that this green candle was not the largest green candle, okay? This candle by itself was already larger than this. That tells me that, hey, you know what? Since there is a larger candlestick, when this bullish engulfing candle was formed, that tells me that this is a good one, and rule number 3 qualifies this bullish engulfing signal as opposed to the one that we saw prior. Okay, now we still have to go to rule number 1 and rule number 2, but for us to get to rule number 3, that means 1 and 2 did pass. Okay, and then we get to number 3, and number 3 passed, so now we need to go to 4 and 5. Okay, but 1, 2, and 3 definitely tells us that it passed, as opposed to the other one where number 3 already told us it did not pass. That did not qualify that bullish engulfing candle, so we could not trade rule the one prior, which is this right here. But on this one, it passed, and then what ended up happening is 4 and 5 also did pass, and now we see a stock that actually went higher. Okay, and this is what we are looking for when it comes to candlestick signals. Okay, so I hope that you guys have seen just a slight advantage as to knowing when candlesticks are good versus when candlesticks are bad. Okay, and if you really like this, then you got to check out rule number 4 and 5, which totally takes you to a whole different playing field than so many people that are losing money out there and trading. And so the next time you hear somebody say candlestick does not work, or if you yourself still don't believe that candlestick does not work, I strongly encourage you to check out our 5 rules that we teach at Right Side Trading. You would not find these 5 rules anywhere else. Okay, I hope that that video really helped you to see just one aspect. Now remember rule number 3. Okay, in that example I was explaining all 5 rules, but for you guys I only showed rule number 3, and that's because there's 4 other rules that I want you guys to learn. But if you want to learn more about that, here's your opportunity to do so. Go to www.rightsidetrader.com/advanced-signal. You will be able to learn all 5. Okay, in that example, again, rule number 3 was alone to kind of tell us that this stock was not going, no, that particular candlestick was not going to work versus the one that was going to work. Okay, so when you learn rule number 4 and especially rule number 5, it will blow your mind as to why so many people do not use candlesticks or make so much mistakes and even think that there's a 50-50 chance that candlestick works. That is just not so. It's only because they do not know. Now you know. Now you need to take the action to make sure you educate yourself the right way by staying on the right side. All right. And finally, if you're one of the people that are just watching our YouTube videos on this free mini series, I encourage you to definitely go to our website and watch all 5 free mini series. Okay, it is free, and the whole idea here is to help you guys to see things that most people do not see in trading and why so many people are not successful when it comes to trading. So to sign up for our 5-day mini-series video, go to www.rightside trading.com/free videos and sign up and start watching some of these things that will open your eyes to trading like you've never seen before. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow when we talk about the formula for success when it comes to trading. See you tomorrow.